So 2011 Hyundai Sonata. This is the one that I had trouble programming. I had to pull the console apart to get the slot out of there, and I had the jumper yellow wire to ground so that the car would see the key in so that it would start. So what I have found here now that I have keys programmed to this was an all keys lost. So this is an Autel I key that I programmed into here. Worked great once I got that wire jumpered. The reason I had the jumper that is because the slot doesn't work properly. The slot is not grounding that wire, sending a signal to the PDM, telling the car that the key is in the slot. So now what I've tested is, I wonder if the key works in the slot as backup in case the battery dies. I have the battery out of this. It's not turning the car on because the battery's out. And the dash is saying, insert key. Well, let's insert the key. There the light's on saying insert it here. So we insert it there. Key's in. Oh great, we get ignition. Okay, now let's put our foot on the brake and hit it. It starts to crank and then stops. What a weird symptom. A very strange symptom. That is unfortunate because the customer is going to be in a fix. They're not going to be able to start the car. Worst case, they can find a battery and then it'll start via proximity. But by using the chip in the slot, it's not going to work because the slot is not working properly. It's not making the connection. It's not grounding that yellow wire to indicate that the key is in. And it looks like this is the symptom you get. And when trying to emergency start, you're not going to be able to because it won't. And now I have the key out. It's in my hand now. Now it doesn't even try to start, and now the ignition even goes out because the key's out. Let's try this one more time. Light flashing. Insert key here. Insert key. Foot on brake. Hit the button. It just it's like the starter engages and then releases. It's not enough to crank it up. This is a weird symptom. That could really trip up a technician going, why isn't this car starting? And of course they're going to put a battery in the key and go, oh, look, I fixed it. But there's another problem. There's a switch inside that slot. What does Hyundai call it? The fob holder, I think is what they call it. That switch is not making, and it's not grounding that yellow wire that goes to the PDM. And it looks like this symptom happens. How I discovered this was an all keys lost, and I was trying to program keys, and the keys wouldn't program unless that yellow wire was grounded. So I've got this all back together. I'm not going to tear it all apart again just to test if grounding that yellow wire makes this thing start without a battery, but I highly suspect that's the problem. So this is actually good news for us locksmiths, because if you're aware of this issue and you're just adding a key, you can test this first. Pull the battery out of the customer's key that they have, stick it in the fob holder, and try start the car and see what it does. If it starts, great. That wire, that yellow wire, or that contact is likely working fine. The other indication is with the ignition off and the fob in the holder with the door open, you should hear a chime. There should be a chime just like you have a key left in a regular ignition, a regular key blade ignition. There should be a chime. If you don't hear that chime, that yellow wire is not getting a ground signal. That's another indicator. And actually you can check that even with the battery in. Just stick the fob in the holder, right in this holder here. But if I give this a push, then and the light's gonna come on down here so you can see where it is. try it again. There's your light. Just stick the fob in the holder and open the door. See if you hear a chime. If there's no chime, you're going to have to tear this console apart to... this is the easiest way I found. Tear this console apart to add a key. To do that, you just got to pull off these beauty strips from here to here. The easiest way I found is to get my knife or screwdriver under here and get this started, and then that pulls out. And do the same at the other side. And then you can get wiggled in here and get this started. And then this tray, this top tray pops up. Take all the customer's stuff out of here first. This tray pops up, and then you can get in to release the tabs to get this fob holder out. And once you get the fob holder out, then you can back probe that yellow wire and ground it, and that will tell the car that the key or the fob is in the holder. Then you're good to go. Program away. Hope this helps everybody. Thanks. Bye now.